If you want to be good at boxing, you need to have good footwork. Without it, you can't land punches and you can't defend them. So in this video, I'm going to be giving you 5 boxing footwork drills that you can do at home. For more boxing tips, join my free school community. The link is in the description below. The first drill on this list is the square step. This drill is very simple, but it's not to be looked over. To perform the square step, what we want to do is start off in our boxing stance, and all we're going to do is step forward to our right, back and to our left in the shape of a square. So we're going to step forward, to the side, back and to our left. Now what we want to make sure we do here is every time we step, we're making sure that we land back in our strong position. So what we're doing, when we step forward, we want to make sure our front foot goes first, our back foot follows, but it follows the same amount. So if my front foot steps forward this much, my back foot follows the same amount, and that makes sure that I'm back in my strong stance. Set yourself a timer for 2 minutes and keep going in a square until you make sure every step you're nice and solid. The second drill on our list is the step and pivot. To do this, the first thing we need to do is figure out how to pivot. Now a pivot looks like this, so I can go either this way or this way. And what I'm doing, I'm using my front foot as the pivot point, like a compass. That bit sticks in the paper. My other foot, my back foot, will move round. So my front foot stays in place and I turn on that point. And to go the other way, it's the exact same. This foot just comes around this way, 90 degrees, okay? What I want to make sure I'm doing is that when I pivot, my foot, I start in my strong position. As I move my foot round, I land back in my strong position. So I'm not pivoting round and ending up like this. That way I'm off balance and I'm going to be easily knocked over. Instead, as you pivot, get back in that strong position, and the exact same when we go this way. Now we've figured out how to pivot, we can add the step and do the step and pivot drill. So to do this, what we want to do is take 1 step forward. Again, make sure that our feet come back to that strong position, and then from here we pivot and we step and pivot, step, pivot, step, pivot. And you're going to keep practicing that. We're going to go this way for a minute. After you've done that, we're going to go the other way. So set yourself a timer for a minute, go one way and then step forward, pivot the other way, step forward, pivot the other way. The first 2 drills on this list were pretty simple, but now we're going to turn it up a little bit and start with side to sides. For demonstration purposes, I'm using this plate here, but you don't need it. So what we're going to do, start with 1 foot staying in one spot. Next, this foot here, we're standing opposite. We're not in our stance, feet are next to each other, and we're really working on our coordination. What we want to do is this. So what we're doing is making sure that 1 foot always covers that spot, and the other one comes together, and as it comes together, the other foot steps away. Now what this does, it really works on our coordination. A good way to think about it, imagine that's some money on the floor and it's a windy day, okay? We want to keep our foot on that piece of paper, that piece of money, as much as we can, trying not to let it blow away. So my foot starts on it, this foot comes over and takes its place. Simply like this. Start nice and slow, like this. As you get a little bit better, you can turn up the speed. Just make sure that those feet come together. Practice this for 2 minutes and then take some rest. Drill number 4 is very similar to the side to sides, but this time we're going to go forward and back. A little bit different, we're going to be in our stance this time. 1 foot stays on that plate, and all we're doing is going forward and back. If I show you from the side, this is what it should look like. 1 foot stays in that place. I'm in my stance. This foot comes towards it. This is basically all we're doing. Now, as you get better with this, you can turn up the speed. Make sure that you end up back in your strong position. Again, practice this for 2 minutes and then rest. Drill number 5 is definitely the hardest on this list. Now, what we're going to be doing, we're going to be starting in our boxing stance. We'll start off just stepping 1 foot at a time. So that front foot, step it forward and bring it back into our strong stance. Step forward, bring it back. Once that foot's come back, the back foot's going to go. and then the cycle repeats. If I show you from the side, it should look something like this. Forward, back, forward, back, forward, back. I'd start by getting this down, and once you've got this down, we can add the punches on. Now, what we're going to be doing, we're going to step that front foot forward and at the same time, land the jab. As the foot comes back, so does the hand, and then the back foot goes, and so does our backhand. And it should look something like this. Make sure to practice this until you can step and make sure that each foot comes back to its strong boxing stance. This is a great way to build up your feet and hand coordination. As I mentioned at the start of the video, footwork is the most important part of boxing, so make sure to practice these drills until you get them down, and it will really help you level up your boxing. If you found this video helpful, then click that subscribe button down below. Don't forget to join my free school community. The link is in the description, and I'll see you in my next video.